What is up, BOFA Sports? It's Patrick, and I'm going to be your host for today. So, man, look, let's just jump right into it. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it. NBA trade deadline. You're under the microscope. Let's get it. Well, I mean, there's not a lot to discuss about this. I know the biggest headline of the entire week and probably even throughout the entire trade deadline will probably even be talked about for the next couple more weeks is the Doncic and Davis trade. Um, it was a very interesting trade. I do feel like Dallas is going to be better today, but moving forward, I think LA is really trying to build for the future, yet still stay competitive in today. That was kind of made a little apparent that they were building for the future, yet trying to be relevant when they traded Kim Reddish and Dalton Connect for Mark Williams, which now gives LA a 7 foot big man. Now you got Luka Doncic, and you still got LeBron James. Which I mean, look, LeBron James is a once in generational player. We all know that, but he is getting to the point where he's going to need to retire. So I could see where LA was going with that, and I mean, I can't fault them. I mean, they got a big man now, and one of the things I said about it was they ain't gonna make no splashy moves unless they get a big man. Now they got a big man. I didn't think they were going to trade Dalton Connect for it, but I stand surprised. We all know LA loves to make their splash trades and splash moves and get into the media and um, get into everybody's mouth and start having their talks about, I guess. But my personal opinion, I think me and Charles talked about this a couple of days ago. My personal opinion is the De'Aaron Fox trade to San Antonio. That was a big trade to me. I think San Antonio makes a huge move of the needle in the right direction, picking him up, especially with um, the big man they got down there that I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but I mean he's like 7'4", 7'5", and he's a player. That dude can play. So bringing Fox in to to match up with him, man, San Antonio made a good move getting him. So I like it. Um, but I do have to mention this trade, which I think is a good move, needle mover for Toronto. We don't know how great. I don't know how great it's going to be, but I do feel it does move the needle for Toronto, especially since where they're at is. I mean, they only got like 16 wins, four. I'm sorry, four. They've had losing streaks that are just crazy. So I think bringing Brandon Ingram into Toronto helps them move that needle in the right direction. Now, I don't know what that looks like because, I mean, pairing up with Scotty Barnes and Jacob Patel, hopefully I said his name right. That, I mean, to me, I think that makes a good move. I don't know how great or awesome that move is going to be, but it does make, I do feel it makes Toronto a little bit of a better team. Um, but I mean, we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks how good these teams are. I watched a little bit of the San Antonio Atlanta game the other night, and San Antonio looks good. They look good, and obviously they needed to make some moves. I feel they needed to make a move like this to get somebody to help their big man. Again, don't know how to pronounce his name, but they that's a good move. That was a good move by San Antonio. It was one of the best. To me, it was the best move. Yeah, before trade deadline. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Y'all leave your comments and tell me what you think about that Brendan Ingram move to Toronto. I thought that was very interesting, getting paired up with Barnes and Patel up in Toronto. So since me and Charles did not get to do a webcast on Tuesday, which is completely his fault, by the way, not mine. I just want to make that completely clear I was ready, he had some friends come into town, so I don't blame him. I would have done it too. But we didn't get to talk about the Super Bowl that is happening on Sunday. Uh, there's a lot of good players on that team, on those teams. I mean, there's a lot of good players. Philly, Philly has, I call them Georgia North. I call them Georgia North because they got all the defensive players from Georgia on those two championship teams. They play up there in Philly for this team. So obviously, I'm going to be rooting for Philly. I want to see the Dogs get a Super Bowl, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because when you look at this Kansas City team, you know, regardless of how you feel about how the refs do whatever they want to do, here's the simple fact is Kansas City always takes what the defense gives them. We don't see Patrick Mahomes throwing downfield. If he doesn't need to, he'll take his 4 or 5 across the middle on a slant route. He'll take that 4 or 5, turn it into 8 to 12. He's good with that. He'll just pick you apart down the middle if he needs to. If you want to go one-on-one and he sees an opportunity, he'll take that. He'll take that too. But he takes what the defense gives him. And if Philly is not willing to do that, then it's going to be hard for Philly to win that game. You know, Kansas City, they always, what's the word I'm looking for? They always do what is necessary. They get it done. They get the plays they need, and it's hard to beat a team when they can beat you in multiple different ways. Now, here's the thing about Philly. They can beat you in multiple different ways. I mean, they got a great receiving staff with Smith and Green, and then you got Barkley in the back. So Jalen Hurts running the offense, and then like I said, 6 different dogs playing for that defense. So I mean, Philly can win this game, but they're gonna have to take it to Kansas City and not do any stupid turnovers or stupid plays. Stay very disciplined. Stay with the game plan. Give yourself that opportunity to win. But if it's close at the end, I mean, you have the arguably the best quarterback in the game right now with Patrick Mahomes on Kansas City. So if Philly's going to win, they got to beat them early. Get them down in the third quarter, and then here's the next key. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. If you got them down by 15, keep going. Make it down by 22. Keep foot on the pedal. Don't stop. Because if you do, you're going to give them an opportunity to come back. And if they come back, Kansas City wins their third. With all that being said, you know, Kansas City is definitely I guess they are a favorite to win. I haven't looked at the betting lines, anything like that. But with that, I'm going Philly. I am going Philly. I think Philly does do enough and gets the plays that they need to win the game. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 32-28 Philly. I think Philly does take it to Kansas City and gets the win, and Jalen and that Philadelphia team and gets their Super Bowl that they need. And stops that three-peat that Kansas City has. Well, so that's what I'm breathing on today. Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so you get all of the latest and greatest from BOFA Sports. Don't forget to go and follow us on all of our socials, and leave some comments about what you think about the trade deadline, what teams traded and all that stuff, and about the Super Bowl. Let us know how you feel, good, bad, or ugly. It don't matter. We respond to all of the comments and all of the feedback. So until next time, see ya.